many Americans looking for ways to make their money work harder. Dividend investing is gaining attention as a potential source of additional income. New tools are also making investing easier to understand and manage. Joining us today is Jared Hubbard from Plynk to discuss the trend and what investors should know. Welcome to the show, Jared. Let's dive right in. Why are Americans focused on generating additional income? I have my guesses, but I want to get your take.
Well, first, thank you for having me. As far as why Americans are focusing on generating additional income, I think you can point to and look at a wide variety of reasons. Increased economic pressure, financial uncertainty, and even just changing attitudes towards what work and wealth mean to each individual. And I don't think it's a trend, especially when it comes to investing. I think it's more about a way, how do I get more control and security over my finances?
So let's dive in. I talked about how people are interested and want to learn more about dividend investing. First off, why is it growing in popularity?
So I think it's been growing, as far as it growing in popularity, it's a realization that if I'm already investing in the market, I can make my money work even harder for me. And I can potentially create a passive income stream on top of my long-term investment.
And let's dive in then too, technology. I know that's making it easier for everyday Americans to invest. Is that also the same with this dividend investing as well?
Essentially. So, when it comes to investing, technology has dramatically broken down barriers, right? Reduced costs across the board, simplified decision-making, right? When it comes to what should I be doing, all with the idea to create a much far less intimidating experience. And within the Plynk app, investment platforms like Plynk, along from tailored educational content, all the way down to easy to use and unique experience for customers. All in all, it's propping people up to build their confidence so they know what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Okay, so along the same lines, we're talking about some of the positives. Are there mistakes out there that you've seen that investors should avoid?
Yeah, I'll start with, I'd say one of the mistakes that I see is the failure to invest, because some people feel like they don't have enough money, right? Inaction is an action when it comes to investing. And with applications and platforms like Plynk, you can start with as little as $1. So, that barrier is broken down and you can get in, and hopefully, right, will help build that confidence and help achieve some wealth goals in the future. Another common mistake I see is the failure to diversify, which would be, typically when you diversify your investments, you're spreading your risk out across multiple sectors, different types of funds and securities to help alleviate, let's say, if you were to put all of that into a single fund or single stock, to alleviate that exposure if that investment did poorly.
I always like hearing that tip. Well, again, I'm going to remember this one too. The inactive is an active. How'd you say that? I loved that line.
Inaction is an action when it comes to investing.
Inaction is an action. I'm going to remember that one. Also going to remember the website. Plynkinvest.com is where you can go for more information. Thanks.